Oh, it's so dark. Is there any way I can, like, maybe... Is it okay? Hi, I'm Marsha, and like a few minutes ago I was talking to ChatGPT about something, and as crazy as that sounds, I'm not mad that I'm talking to an AI about my feelings or something. It's just that the thing is, I find journaling difficult. I don't think I can write down my thoughts as quickly as they come in my head. And there are like 10 thoughts coming at the same time, and I cannot choose between them. I want all of them to be in my diary. I thought about them once and they should be there. But मैं इतना सब नहीं लिख पाती एक साथ. And I also forget them the very next moment. So it's very tough for me. So I can probably, like, I tried this kind of journaling where I just on a video and I speak whatever comes on my mind for the next 15 minutes, and that works for me. But there is a problem. मेरी phone की storage कम है. It's not funny. It is what it is. So I can't keep on like making 15 minutes video of whatever is coming onto my mind on a random Sunday, right? It's 9:30 बज रहे रात के. Nobody's at home, so I really wanted to record this. So I was talking to GPT about what and how I think I turned avoidant. I think every teenage girl has had a point in their life where she has thought कि वो इतनी avoidant personality क्यों बन गई है. And I feel a little vulnerable talking about this because the internet has the internet has not left a single thing that is not romanticized, as well as has not left a single thing that is called performative at the same time. But I think avoidant attachment type is romanticized a lot in movies, in poetries, in stories, in songs. It's like as if the true definition of love is to leave it. No. True definition of love is trying to want that love till the very end. It's not leaving always. You might have to leave it in certain cases, but it's not the definition of love. Don't glorify it. It's painful as fuck. And I hate being an avoidant, I swear. But the moment I think I would say myself as, oh, I am an avoidant, अंदर की लाइट बंद करके आओगे, बिल आ रहा है, फिर मैं ही नहीं दिखूंगी इसमें. I feel like if I call myself as an avoidant, I would either be called as a pick-me first for calling myself as an avoidant, or people would just not simply believe you. I don't think I have to make someone believe onto what my personality type is. I am aware about it, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. But do you get my point? It sucks when you're just being yourself and somebody has a problem with you being you. Like either you're faking it or you're asking attention. I don't know. You can already see it that I am bothered because I have been called out a few times for just simply expressing what I think about things. And I think I felt insecure after that about expressing any opinion of mine. And so I am on a random corner of the internet blabbering what is coming on my mouth rather than speaking about this to my friends, because I don't think they're emotionally intelligent enough to understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. It's already 4 minutes. I still have to talk about what I talked to ChatGPT. I have my conversation with GPT in front of me, and I asked her that I don't think I can write down so many things, so I'm just gonna speak whatever comes to my mind right now. Please don't mind. And she was like, yeah, you can write it down. I never thought I would be talking to an AI. But I was not seeking therapy or something. I just wanted a place to, vent. So I wrote that I feel like I have an avoidant attachment type, and I don't want to analyze what in my childhood led me to this. And maybe at the back of my mind, I know what led me to this. I know what made me avoidant, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm just setting down my thoughts over here randomly in this voice note so you can convert it into text. And later on, I can use it to make bullet points. Okay? I wrote okay. And then I spoke for like 5 minutes, and you can see this much. These were my thoughts. I am scared by the length that comes up when it is in text format. Like, this much goes on in my brain? This much? And this is not even like the first half of the conversation that I had with GPT. This is crazy. I sound crazy to myself. Fuck other people. I sound crazy to my own self. Wait, my keypad is coming in between. So don't cringe, okay? Don't cringe. I just wrote what like spontaneously came to my mind when I was talking to GPT. I wrote that I think I'm a lover girl. I think I have a lot of love in me. I am full of love. And sometimes I think I distribute it even at places where I shouldn't. But that's okay. Because love is a thing that doesn't reduce when you give it away. It just multiplies. How philosophical. And what have I written? Having it been very human of me that I also want. Yeah, okay, I was trying to say that it's also at the same time very humanly embarrassing that I want as much love back too. I do not give love because I want it back, but it's human to want love, is what I was trying to say. But the moment I see someone or see myself getting close to someone, something goes wrong in me. I obsess over a person. I want to talk about this. I don't think I can normally like a person. I obsess. I have no idea why. Like, you exist, I exist, I like you, you like me, we go 2 days without talking. I go and talk to you if it's important. But no, I want to tell you about every single detail of my day. Even if that's consuming hours of my day, I'm supposed to study in those time, but I want to tell you everything about my day and then feel guilty about wasting hours telling you that. How am I even supposed to survive this mechanism of my brain? Yeah, I survive it by never finding a person worth telling this to. By keeping myself to just me. Like, if I have one more person in my life, I would feel the urge to let that person know about everything in my life, right? I will never attach to any person, so I don't have to tell them anything, so I don't waste my time. And I become the overly productive girl, the CEO earning millions. I am crazy. I sound so... I'll continue what I was reading. Why can't I just stay calm and enjoy human connection without feeling the need to prove it? Or without overthinking about how long is this gonna last? I have had no heartbreaks in the past. I was never in a relationship, forget toxic, not even a relationship. But then, I don't know what led me to this. Maybe I want to appear as a strong, independent woman who doesn't rely on anybody for her emotional needs, who listens to a song when she's sad and then gets back to life like nothing happened. But having another person in my life that I can open up to, and I ought to open up to, brings a responsibility of me. That I can no more be the person who doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore because there's another person who gives a fuck about me. I'll have to open up. I'll have to show my vulnerable side. Show that I'm not as cool as I look. And that I have my own battles going on in my head. Talk about what's fucked up in my relation with my dad. How I feel caged at home even though they don't hate me. My house is not toxic but I still feel caged. Talk about why I haven't talked to my mom in the past 8 months. Talk about my damn family issues. Talk about my trust issues even in my friendships. Talk about how I'm almost perfect but I still feel insecure about everything. Talk about my overthinking. And maybe this vulnerability, this opening up, feels like giving the other person a gun and expecting him to not pull the trigger. I feel weak if I open up. Even when the other person is somebody who wouldn't take advantage of me opening. And that's sick. Because that means I can never trust anybody in my life. Even the closest of my friends. I think at some other point I have hidden something from them and I've kept things only to myself. How stubborn do you have to be in order to be somebody like that? That you do not open up to your mom, not to your dad, not to your brother, not to your closest friends. You just keep that to yourself. Why? I have no idea why I have this sick feeling in my stomach reading my own thoughts. I feel like I was gonna forget all this if I did not just have it in front of me and then again recall about it at some random Friday night and again think about it. I don't think I have memory loss. I'm too young. And then ChatGPT converted it into bullet points for me. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I asked her to, did I not? I'll move on to the next one I wrote, which is even longer than what I wrote previously. This is... Oh God, I speak a lot, don't I? I've written that I have fear of attachment even before I'm fully attached to someone. I don't understand this. Why do I fear attachment? Isn't attachment a very human feeling? Like, I got attached because I was all into it. I got attached because I felt every conversation, every moment that we shared, every emotion that we experienced together. I felt it to my heart. And that's why I was attached, right? We all got a heart for this very same reason. So why do I fear it? Maybe I don't fear attachment. Maybe I fear getting attached to the wrong person. And maybe attachment would not be so fearful if I get attached to the right person. But I would only know if that person was right or wrong after getting attached. It's like I fear doing a thing because I don't know how or what the result would be. But if I do not try, how would I even ever come close to that result, good or bad? I think I'm afraid of an emotional imbalance that I might bring into a relation because I'm too emotionally available. I would pour my heart, energy, love, everything into a relation. But I think it's impossible for me to expect the other person to do that. And that's stupid because I'm also a human. And if I can do that and I deserve to be reciprocated to that, like I deserve somebody to reciprocate that to me too, fuck that English. So why do I feel like I'm asking for too much? I'm not asking the other person to do more than his part. I'm just asking him to do a reflection of what I would do for him, right? Why did asking for what you deserve start feeling like a burden? The conclusion is simple. I am a coward. I lack the courage. I would yearn 1 mile away at the love of my life, but never have the courage to go to him and tell him that I like him. And I don't know why am I like this. I would always be so terrified of undertaking a task that I clearly would finish, and 100 people would have the confidence in me that I would be able to do it, except for my own self. I'm too underconfident and too scared for a girl who makes it out every time. I'm afraid that opening up my vulnerability to someone, making that person the anchor of all my emotions, only to realize one day that it was the wrong person. And how am I supposed to pick myself up piece by piece again, rebuild myself, and then again take the risk of doing the same thing to another person, trusting him with my emotions, again the way I did with the last? Just the thought of it drives me crazy. It's like I cannot afford that one person that I'm getting attached to be the wrong one. I have only one chance and I cannot let it go wrong. But that's not how it works. Just because you had to open up to more than one person doesn't make your vulnerability less true. It doesn't make you fake. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you connect to people. And trust is the most human thing a human can ever experience. And we are afraid of trusting each other. don't think I am afraid of attachment. I'm afraid that there's no emotional guarantee in an attachment relation. I hate the uncertainty that comes with it. I hate the idea that I would be the only one more invested. I don't have to analyze it. I just have to pour whatever I wrote to GPD into this video. Stick to the core, Varsha. Don't drift. Bring back your mind. I wrote next. Sorry, it's long as fuck. This made dating so difficult in my generation. It's like everybody's dating to get over their ex, or they're dating the concept of a person that is closest to perfection. It's like you have a checklist of things. Like you decide a player in a game. You decide their skin tone, their hair, their costume, the car, the number plate, the color of the car, everything. You decide the perfect human being today. And it's not wrong to ask for a perfect person. But we want a finished product. And not somebody to work on to lead to that perfection. Nobody's wanting to work on their flaws. And work with a flawed person in turn. As if we are not flawed in our own ways. We have forgotten this concept that love does not mean liking an already likable person. If a person is likable, everybody's going to like him, right? Love means sometimes liking someone despite them not being so likable. Despite them being an inconvenience to you sometimes. Despite them annoying you. Sometimes hurting you. Unintentionally, obviously. And so love is a process where I think two individuals heal each other, complete each other, rather than one responsible for completing the other. You do not listen to the other person because of the mere fact that you are dating and so you ought to listen to them or you'll break up or something. But you listen to them because you genuinely want to listen to them. You want to help them out because their happiness is your happiness. I think we've just made this concept of innocent, simple love extinct in this generation. And I don't know what has fucked up us to this extent. We can create a political party, but we cannot. Oops. Wow, carry on event. I'm never trusting my phone again. I'm sorry, I don't look that pretty with light on, so I am just going to close the light. It's my PC in the background. Yeah. And I don't know what has fucked up us to this extent. The social media, the movies, the songs, I have no idea what did that. I want a slow love. I want that the person is more in love with the way I look at things than the way how pretty my eyes look. They don't. They have dark circles all around them. I want that person to love me for how I pet every other cat on the road, rather than how pretty I look in that pink kurti. I could clearly be overthinking. Okay, don't come at it, And that's exactly why I'm journaling it down, to reduce that overthinking. I think this is the second last paragraph. I've always believed in this one thing, that we are living in a generation where we do not want constant. We want things to be dynamic. We do not want stability. We want adrenaline. And that thing sucks, because almost everything in nature wants stability. We date, we have a family, we stick to one woman or man for the rest of our life because we want stability in our lives. And obviously, for moral and ethical reasons too. But dating is a different concept. It's like, before I get stable with that one person for the rest of my life, let me just taste every ice cream flavor that's there in the parlor. And that's crazy. We like the thought of falling in love with someone more than actually loving someone. Because trust me, that process requires effort, consistency, sticking to one person, and a lot of hard work. And so maybe we are the generation of crushes, but not the generation of true love. Because a crush can give you dopamine. A crush can give you adrenaline. But a girl who has clarified her feelings and how much she loves you and how she will forever stay with you is not going to give you that dopamine, because there is certainty in her love. And certainty is not adrenaline. It's a low dose of serotonin that your body has adapted to and takes it for granted. We want the constant push and pull. We want a constant chase. We want the mild attention, but not a complete agreement of yes, I like you. Because maybe our human mind sticks to uncertainty and mixed signals more than it does to clarity. Uncertainty occupies more of our mental space. And so that person stays on your mind 24/7 because they left you confused and not because you're madly in love with them. I think the debrief has come to an end. And lastly, I don't think love is like, oh, every time I meet that person, I'm so happy and that person makes me feel like I can stay without my phone for hours and I just want to talk to that person and listen to that person. No, that is not love. Love can be you lying next to a person on a sofa, watching TV, watching the same old boring show with a packet of Lay's lying on your tummy. That can be love. Love does not have to be a roller coaster ride. That is just the romanticized version of love that Pinterest and social media has offered to you. And that reminds me of a quote that I read on the internet once. That love is simple. Love is so simple that sometimes it can feel boring. Sorry for you, that was not the last paragraph. We have one more paragraph. And I think I started with avoidance and I came on to how our generation is dating. I'm sorry. And I would like to end it by saying that maybe my avoidance comes from my idea of love. I think that this kind of love exists only within me. At the same time, I'm aware that I cannot be the only one who thinks this way. There is some person somewhere also talking to ChatGPT about the same things, same thoughts, thinking if there is somebody else who exists out there just like him or her. I know I cannot be the only one on this globe or in this own city of mine. But the question is, how do I meet that person? How do I trust my destiny to make me land up into that person's life when all I do is come home, study, and then go back to college and then again come home? And so I settled for the idea of, oh, I'm not going to find anybody who is meant for my love. And then I avoid it, thinking that any other thing that's coming into my life or any other person that is trying to enter into my life cannot be the kind of person who thinks about love the way I do. Questioning the whole modern dating ideas at 2 a.m, talking to GPT about why people don't date for the sake of dating, and my phone keeps falling. And I think I'm the only stupid one here. And so I think I'm going to end up dating a person who, just like the rest of the men, likes the status of dating a beautiful woman more than loving me for the way I am. And I cannot waste my emotional energy into an emotionally unavailable person. I think that is going to eat me alive. Wow. Thanks. This is the 5th time my phone is falling. I want a man who is as patient as my chat GPT to go through this hell, this fucking overthinking that goes in my head, listen to this patiently while not judging me, being able to take my thoughts and opinions. Wow, this is testing my patience. I want someone who can go through this hell of overthinking of mine without calling me crazy for thinking this way, who understands where I'm coming from. I don't think anybody can do that. And what sucks the most is that at the end of the day, I talk so much about love, I write about love, I have these ideas and concept about love, but I know I'm going to end up marrying the guy that my father chooses for me. And fucking arranged marriage. Bye.